I think it's important to like not force them to be alive if you really want to keep them alive. I know this is like very like ironic. Like yeah, respecting that they have the choice to not be alive actually helps them to like get out of that headspace.
Hey there, my name is Sean, and this is Suicide Noted. On this podcast, I talk with suicide attempt survivors and ideators so that we can hear their stories. Every year around the world, millions of people, many millions of people, try to take their own lives, and we almost never talk about it. We certainly don't talk about it enough, and when we do talk about it, when we do engage, let's get real about this. Most of us are absolutely off-flatted, and that's a problem. And saying it's a problem is quite an understatement. So one of my goals with this podcast and recent live tour and some other cool projects in the works is to have more conversations and hopefully better conversations with survivors, in large part to help more people in more places hopefully feel a little less shitty and a little less alone. Now, if you are an ideator, if you are an attempt survivor and you'd like to talk, please reach out. It's real simple. hello@suicidenoted.com. If you happen to hear some bells in the background, I'm in Mexico City. That's another story for another day. Check out the show notes or the podcast description or the website, suicidenoted.com, to learn all kinds of other things about this podcast, including how you could help us out with a little lettuce, a little dough, a little bread, whatever you want to call it. You can find the link quite easily, I'm sure. givebutter.com/suicidenoted. Thank you to Susan in Arizona for your recent contribution. I really appreciate it. Finally, we are talking about suicide on the Suicide Noted podcast like we do 1 to 2 times every week. Please take that into account before you listen or as you listen, but I do hope you listen because there is so much to learn. Today, I am talking with Chaewon. Again, an update episode. Chaewon lives in New York, and she is a suicide attempt survivor. Hey, Chaewon.
Hello.
How are you?
Doing all right. How are you?
I'm all right. I mean, we're both alive.
Yeah. No,
Are you still in Port Jefferson?
no, I'm in Setauket. Do you know that area?
I do.
So like still in Long Island. Like
I know Suffolk County because I'm from Suffolk County. When did we first talk?
it was 2023, November.
November of 2023. Wow, so it's been almost 2 years. You were not doing well, and you were planning, or at least really in a space where you might not make it much longer.
Yeah, right. And I had the recording with you like literally right after my hospitalization, day after I got discharged.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. I emailed you and then like we made a plan to have the conversation. But then like before having that, like I made an attempt and then ended up in the hospital. And then I reached back out to you
hmm
after I got discharged and then you were like, "Oh yeah, like let's do this."
Do you think we should have waited longer before we talked? I'm fine with it. Are you okay with it as you look back? Was that okay?
Yeah, I think I needed that. I enjoyed it when we had that conversation back then. Like you remember, like yeah, I wasn't doing well, and then like I wasn't even like confident that like I would make it much longer from there.
Right. We're going to talk about how your life's been, but you made it. For me, I want to play this, okay? Because it's just a blur.
Mhm.
But hang on one sec.
People are suffering as I am, but like it's good to know that like I'm not the only one alone in this hell.
You said it's good to know that I'm not the only one in this hell. Like, right, of course you don't want people to suffering, but they are. Question is, are you still suffering in this hell?
Yeah, things have changed. Yeah, I've been dealing with life. Life hasn't been like going great, if I'm being really honest.
Well, I mean, come on,
Um,
you're not going to not be honest with me on this, right?
yeah.
So when we talked, just a little bit of background. So if people want to hear the original episode, it's November of 2023. At that point, do you recall how many suicide attempts you had had?
That was my last one. I didn't make any attempts after that.
Okay.
I've been always like just like thinking about it. Like my first attempt was April of 23. Second one was June of 23. Third one was September of 23. My last one was, no, October of 23.
Sounds like 2023 was not a great year for you.
It was not.
So 4 suicide attempts.
Yeah.
I recall, I believe, some hospitalizations.
Yeah, it was like repeatedly like waking up in the ICU, like
Uh-huh.
realizing that my attempt didn't succeed. And
And it
then,
was,
been locked in the hospital for like 2 weeks, coming back out and then going back again.
it was pills, right?
Yes.
And I remember you had a situation with your roommate. This is all coming back to me now.
Yeah. Right, right.
Do you still live with this person?
No. Was it like the past couple years after that, like I've been having some like falling out with her
Mm-hmm.
because of like what happened, which is also like one of the reasons why I wasn't really doing great after we talked. But like, yeah, the reason why I'm still alive, I would say, is cause like I have like traumas of like failing the attempts, and I know what it costs if I fail them and
Right.
end up in the hospital again. The last thing I heard when I was hospitalized the last time, which was 2 years ago, from that doctor. Have you heard of Pilgrim? It's like long-term hospitalization.
Pilgrim State?
Yeah.
Oh, that's got a mythic quality on Long Island.
Yeah. So like the doctor like literally like threatened me that like if I make another attempt and like end up back in the hospital, then she's gonna send me there. So that was
Oh,
always in my head whenever I got suicidal. I was like, okay, like if I fail this time,
right.
I'm gonna end up there.
Think about how does that land with you? Because I think that's absolutely fucking astounding that a doctor would say that. I don't know exactly what he or she
Yeah.
said, but to threaten somebody to send them to what is notoriously an awful place
Mm-hmm.
if they attempt again is everything in one sentence that is wrong with our system. I hope you listen to this, whoever you are who said this to Chaewon. Am I saying your name right, Chaewon?
Yeah, Chaewon.
But I hope your doctor's listening. I know I only have a small slice of the full story, but I don't need any more. Please resign. Please don't do anything in the healthcare system.
Yeah,
Go
for
do
real.
any other job. There's a lot of opportunities for someone as quote unquote smart as you. I'm sure you're in the wrong job and you're doing a lot of damage.
Hmm. Yeah. Apparently, like if that was her point, like I was terrified to make another attempt and end up back in the hospital. So
Right.
that kept me alive. But like the thought of suicide has always been in my head.
Keeps you
Yeah,
alive, but doesn't make you okay.
yeah. No, I wasn't okay. I was just suffering being alive,
And
and
now?
I'm not always feeling terrible.
Mm-hmm.
There are days that are like really okay, like
Mm-hmm.
nothing bad is really happening. The reason I reached back out to you after like hearing about the update episode and all that was
Mm-hmm.
because a terrible thing happened again in my life. So I recently got fired. I lost a job over like really stupid reason. Business is declining, I think, in that company, so that they needed like an incentive to fire like not long tenured workers. I've been with that company for 5 years.
Phlebotomy.
That's another job that I
What
had.
was you doing? What were you doing?
Oh, I was a barista at Starbucks. Yeah, I've been there for 5 years and they just fired me. And the reason for firing was because I was late like twice. Yeah, and they called it a habitual tardiness. Like twice in 5 years, that's
Yeah, that's not a good argument.
it was very like unexpected. Span of like 3 years, I lost like four friends to suicide.
4 of your friends took their lives.
Yeah.
Now, hang on one second. I want to talk about this for a second. What do you attribute that to? I mean, this might sound a little weird, but do you attract people in pain because you're in pain or some other reason, do you think? Really?
Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's very weird. And I was talking about this with one of my other friends recently. I think it's kind of like people who are like dealing with some mental illness attract each other in some way, or like it's
Sure.
easier to get close to people who are also mentally suffering. So you can relate to each other, you rely on each other and all that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, people with cancer, they go to like a support group and then meet each other, but you're kind of meant to lose each other at the end because they're all meant to die from cancer.
So I usually talk to people about their own attempts. Sometimes, they're also loss survivors. What is it like to lose people in your life to suicide?
Yeah, it's really hard, like therapists, psychiatrists, or like your other friends around you, like tell you like, hey, like probably doesn't have anything to do with you. It's like not your fault, but that doesn't help. It makes you really think like, oh, what if I met them before like they did that? What's in common with like all four people that I lost? they all made like plans to see me, but they ended up dying before that. Yeah, like a couple days before, like, they made a plan with me, like they ended up like, passing. So yeah, it's always been in my head, like, oh, what if I made the plan earlier and at least saw them, and like, what if I told them that how much they would be missed if they're gone. Yeah, things like that. And yeah, even if I know it doesn't have anything to do with me, it still leaves a lot of guilt.
Do their deaths
Yeah.
change how you feel about your own possible or
It made me think in a way like, okay, like if they can die, like why can't I? Like, you know?
I see. So,
And then like, yeah, it irritated me a little bit when my other friends who aren't as suffering, like
yeah.
tell me things like, oh, like if you die, like you should be alive for me, like you should, like you can't die, like, because I'm gonna be sad, and that really irritated me because I'm like, okay, so like you're telling me to be alive for you, even though I know what they're trying to tell me. It's like hard to like see the bright side of what people tell me.
You
So.
have an interest. Didn't you have a sort of strained relationship with your parents?
Mhm.
And you didn't talk to them about this because it got really weird and uncomfortable?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like anything that has to do with mental health, like in their perspective, it's something that can be fixed with your like, quote unquote like mindset or like
Wait, the same mind that's really struggling is the same mind that's just gonna switch on and make it okay. The same
mhm.
mind.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, it's like they think like some like mental health issues are like mental health issues can be fixed by just like, like your effort. They think it's like an effort problem.
wow, okay.
Like kind of like, like losing weight and stuff, like
Right,
working out. That's how they see it. They don't see it as like an actual illness. They see it like as a way out of things.
right. Nick, you're weak, man.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Where do they live?
They live in Virginia. So,
Where are you originally from? Your family, your background?
we're from South Korea. My dad moved his job to Albany in New York. And then I graduated high school. I came to Stony Brook.
Let's go Suffolk County. And so your parents, you don't talk about this stuff with them much or if at all?
No, no. I just say like, yeah, nothing's really going on, like nothing bad. Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
like I try not to like ask them for any like financial assistance or
mhm.
anything like that.
You learn what they wanna hear, so you just say it, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Like I don't want to get into anything like, tiring, mentally draining conversations. So I just give them the answer that they want to hear.
Do you remember when our episode came out? Did you listen to it?
Yeah, I did.
Was it hard?
Yeah, it's like, like when your voice doesn't sound the same way, like you hear it when as you're speaking.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
of course.
it's like cringing. Like
And did anyone else hear it?
I don't think so. Oh, like when I was drunk, I think I sent the link to one of my friends, but other than that, like no one else.
Wait, when you were drunk, you did it?
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of drunk and then I like sent my friend like the Spotify link. I was like, "Hey, like I was on a podcast."
And then they
And like
did it
I mean
yeah.
yeah, she already knew about like my attempts and all that stuff. So like she was like, "Oh, that's great."
Oh, okay. Great, right, okay. But they didn't say anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. It wasn't a surprise or anything for her.
And you said that you still think about it often, but you haven't had another attempt since your last one
Yeah.
when we talked.
Yeah, yeah. Since like ChatGPT came out, like I sometimes just like talk to ChatGPT about how I feel. Like
Wait a
use it
second.
as my therapist sometimes. Yeah.
You don't have a therapist.
No, I don't.
So,
I just like lost trust towards them
um,
after like having so many of them.
ChatGPT is acting as a therapist. Now,
Like not really, but like it's
yeah.
just, I bent on.
I've experimented or explored ChatGPT and using the word suicide, and different people have different experiences. Like,
Mhm.
can you say it without ChatGPT saying, "Well, I can't talk about that."
I think like they do that sometimes. I think it helps when you like before just like jumping into the topic, if you just say, "Hey, like I'm gonna talk about this. Do you mind?" Yeah, and then ChatGPT answers in a way like, "Well, like I can't like give you like dangerous responses, but
Right.
I can help you through it," or something like that.
Well,
So,
ChatGPT is interesting because I think, in
hmm
my experience, whenever you say, it always comes back with something positive. Like, no matter what you say, they'll be like, at a minimum, they'll be like, Chaewon, that's really brave of you to share that. No
hmm
matter what, which is fine, right? I mean, that
hmm
serves a purpose. And then they'll
Mhm.
also always end with a question because they want to continue the conversation, which is like an interesting, rather simple formula, if you will. It
Mhm. Mhm.
can be effective. It's not like in human communication, like they're onto something and it's rather simple. Now, of course, it's
And
got.
then, yeah, sometimes, like, if I'm venting on there, like, I see myself, like, actually, like, feeling a little better after a while.
Mm.
So
Yeah, hey,
it
whenever.
doesn't fix everything, but it works for a little bit. Yeah, so, like, yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot, but, like, after just keep being sent to the hospital, like, I just really, like, lost a lot of trust towards, like, therapists and psychiatrists. Yeah, it's been really hard to, like, even share about that because, like, they always, like, ask you, like, "Well, like, do you think you're gonna do it?" And then if you say yes, they're like, "Okay, I'm sending you."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's definitely weird, and I think that has its place sometimes. It's someone who is like real, sure, but then people like you, and there's so many, they get sucked into that too, and it's not good.
I think, like, providers in general now, I think they're more focused on, like, not getting sued, like, getting
Yep.
out of trouble,
Yeah.
like, they don't actually care about you as a person. It's more like, "Oh, I have to do this so that I wouldn't get in trouble." Like, that's always their priority.
It's like risk mitigation, and it's
Mhm.
you got to get lucky to find somebody who really cares and shows it.
Yeah,
You got to get
I
lucky.
agree.
You got to work hard and go to a bunch, and maybe your insurance covers it. And it's like, come on, man. He's already struggling. Now you're making them jump through 18 million hoops to maybe have some.
Oh, yeah.
What do you expect what do you think's going to happen
Mhm,
here? Given your own struggles, the loss of your
mhm.
friends, do you think anything differently about suicide? Have your opinions or thoughts about it changed at all in the last 2 or so years?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, my perspective on suicide back then was like, well, like, I always had that thought of, like, if life gets too hard, like, I
Mhm.
can die. I'm gonna try my best to make things work out, but if it doesn't work out, then I can die. Like, that's the thought I always had in my head.
And it sounds like you still have that thought, right? You continue.
Like, I do. Yeah, like, the first thought I had, like, when I got fired, I was like, "Okay, like, now what?" Also, like, I lost my friend, like, literally the night before I got fired.
When was that?
It was last week, actually.
Mm. Last time was the attempt in the hospital. This time it's your
Yeah.
like, man,
So, yeah, like, after that, yeah, after coming back home, getting fired, like, my first thought was like, "Okay, like, should I die?" Like,
did you come close to trying?
no. After, like, knowing, like, how many pills it takes for someone to die, like, I just don't even wanna try it again.
Right. And then you might get sent to Pilgrim State.
Yeah, exactly, that too. It's also the fact that, like, I live with, like, 3 of my friends right now. I do care about them because they're my
Mhm.
friends, they're not just roommates. I had this, like, conflicting thought of, like, "Oh, like, I don't wanna traumatize them by
Mhm.
just finding me dead in my room." It's also part of the reason why I didn't try it. Also, like, I have a sister, and knowing, like, as a suicide loss survivor, like, I know how it would make her feel, so
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why.
I wonder how many people are in a sort of similar space to you right now in the world.
Back then, like, I was, like, habitually drinking too,
Mhm.
and I think that's why I was more prone to making attempts,
Right.
like, pretty impulsively. I'm staying away from drinking right now, so
Okay.
I think that's been also, like, what's keeping me alive.
Is that hard to not drink?
Oh, no, not really. Luckily, I didn't get to that point. I know some people, like, they get very, like, intense withdrawal effects. Like, I
Right.
saw people, like, shaking their hands if they don't drink for, like, a day or 2. But yeah, like, I'm able to have, like, a bottle of whiskey in my room and just not touch it.
I can't do that.
Yeah, I love the drinking, but I try not to drink when I'm, like, feeling really shitty.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually tempted to ask you to send me the bottle. I want it. I want myself some good whiskey. So I'm assuming if you're reaching out to ChatGPT sometimes that you probably
Mhm.
don't have people in your life you can really talk to about this stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that right?
And, like, I think it's, like, too much sometimes for
Yeah.
people. It's, like, hard thing to hear from, like, your loved ones, like, telling you that they wanna die.
I would imagine it's harder for them if you die.
Yeah, that's true too.
Do you ever listen to the podcast?
Yeah, I do sometimes when I'm taking a walk.
When you're taking a walk. I love it. Okay.
Mm.
I like imagining what people are doing when they're listening, like, doing the dishes
Mhm.
or laying in bed or driving their car. So for you, it's taking a walk.
Yeah, yeah.
So my voice, this guy right here you're talking to is in your ear when you're taking a walk around Setauket, Suffolk County, Long Island sometimes. How weird is that? Isn't that weird? Technology, man, it's weird.
Yeah.
And then you'll be in your voice will be in people's ears you know.
Oh yeah, I hope so.
Did
Somebody
I?
actually enjoys listening to this.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Well, I don't know if the words enjoy, but get something from it.
I'm hoping like somebody would want to like hear this whole thing.
Yeah. I mean, maybe people enjoy it. I don't know. Did I ask you about the pink and purple pill back then?
You did, yeah.
I don't remember when I started. Do you remember what you said?
I think I said if today is like the only day I can have it, then yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
The question's evolved a little bit since then.
Okay, okay.
So I think
What's
that's an interesting thing to think about if you only had this one day to do it. But
mm-hmm.
let's play with the idea that I give it to you, and if you save it, there's no expiration date. Would you save it, throw it
Mm,
out, or maybe even take it right now? I mean, now remember, for our audience, who I am encouraging to listen to an original episode so you know what the pink and purple pill is, but I will say it for you. If I give Chaewon this pill, she takes it, she goes to sleep and doesn't wake up, and nobody knows it's a
mm-hmm,
suicide, and there's no pain. And by the way, I'm not encouraging people at all. I'm just curious to know what they might do with the pill. So we're
mm-hmm.
talking in August 31st, 2025. What would you do with it?
I think I would save it, see if I can find a new job within a couple months or so. And if I really can't, and if I'm like if I use up all my money in my savings and I can't afford my rent anymore, then like I would probably take it.
It's practical,
But yeah.
rational. Really? Did we find a memoir title for you? Like, so if you were writing a book about your life, I want to know what the title of the book would be. I mean, it could also be like a movie, but I always ask about books.
Mhm.
The story of your life needs a really strong title so people are curious about it and want to pick it up, learn about you.
To copy the title of movie, like I would say Die Hard.
Wait. But if you can make it a movie and not a memoir, that's fine. It doesn't need to be a book, but Die Hard is a movie.
Yeah, I know.
You can't take another name of a movie
I
for
know.
your own life. Die Hard is like
Yeah.
we'd get so sued. Anything
Like
original?
that, I was like, yeah, I was like looking at the title of the movie. I was like, that's literally like the title of my life right now. Because it's been hard for me to die, you know.
All right, well, let's make an exception to the rule here and say that your working title is Die Hard, and we understand the potential legal implications to this choice. Right, it's been hard for you to die.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's also hard for you to live.
Yeah.
That is the definition of what I call the space between, in between the two worlds. 4 friends you lost. Did they ever reach out to you about anything that, like, really reach out and say, I'm thinking about ending my life? Like, really?
No. Surprisingly, no. Really surprising that they never did. Like they were suffering, but like, like mentally suffering doesn't always translate into like, like suicide.
No, sure.
All 4 of them said one thing in common. They all hated their job. They all mentioned at least once how they think they chose the wrong career because they were pressured by their, parents and
Right.
surroundings. They were just like pursuing like, stable income and
Mhm.
whatever has like a high reputation.
Were they all men, women, mix?
Yeah, that mixture.
And were they all East Asian
2 of them were.
and all younger?
One of them were like a year older than me, and 3 of them were like my age.
What are you, like
Um,
late 20s? I don't remember.
yeah, I'm 24.
I forgot. So when we talked, you were like 22. Okay, young. Hmm.
The first friend I lost, he was in pharmacy school. He died when he was 20. Pandemic, almost like towards the end of pandemic. Yeah, he was like almost about to like finish pharmacy school. And the second one I lost was actually like the year I tried to take my own life. Like I
Mhm.
lost 2 of my friends. One of them like died because like she had like really abusive relationship with her father, and
Mhm.
I think she realized that there's like no way out
Yeah.
unless like she takes her own life. Like another friend of mine that was in that friend group like took his own life because like he just couldn't handle the loss of her.
You can only speculate unless they tell
Hmm.
you. We can only guess, right?
Hmm.
Or some of it.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Like yeah, one of them like she had like she didn't have a supportive parent, but she also mentioned like how much she hates her job and stuff like that. Yeah, so now I'm seeing that they all hated what they were doing for a living. And then I think that led to thinking like, okay, I don't have to do this for a living if I just don't live.
That might be part of it. Yeah, yeah. If you died that way, and people were talking about you, and somebody's like,
Hmm.
"Why do you think Chaewon ended her life?" What would be the right answer?
I think my friends would say that living and like searching for happiness like became very pointless for me.
And is that what you would say?
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a sensitive
Hmm.
question. What do you think your parents would say? Someone at work asks one of them, or they're out dinner
Hmm.
with friends and you
Hmm.
ended your life. What do you think your parents would say if somebody's like, why did your daughter end her life? I mean, it's a weird question that people don't get asked a
Hmm.
lot, I know, but I'm asking you to speculate.
I think my parents would say they have no idea.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't. They'll probably say like I really don't know. Yeah, back in high school, like there was this one time like it was like a diary type of thing. Like I was suicidal back then too in high
Yeah.
school.
Right.
But, like, I never really said anything 'cause, that's, like, at that age, you can't really, like, find a therapist of your own. You have to, like, go through your parents to have that kind of care. So, like, writing things down was, like, the only way I could get it out. My mom read what I wrote once, and then
Mm.
she got, like, really disappointed, kind of yelling at me, saying, like, "What did I not like, what did we" like, we, like, my
Uh-huh.
parents.
Uh-huh.
She was like, "What did we not do for you that you
Right.
would have this kind of thought? Like, what did you lack? Like, what kind of support did you lack?" So, after that, like, I don't really share anything.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
like, so she really, like yeah, she really took it personally, like, "What did I not do for you that you would have, like, this kind of thought? Like, what?" Like, she was, yeah, pretty much saying, like, "I gave you, like, everything you need, like,
Yeah.
growing up. I
Mhm.
put this much money, like, raising you, like, I did this, I did that, like, we moved to US because, like to give you, like, more opportunities and, like, all that."
This feels like a lot of pressure, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, like, she really tried to, like, hold, like, all the support that she gave me as a parent, like, over my head, using that to kind of, like, have leverage. And that's also one of the reasons why I don't live with them right now. The more support I get from them, like, the more incentives I'm giving them to, like, manipulate my life. So,
Oof, that's a tough
yeah.
choice. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there anything that helps you feel better?
Yeah, drinking only made me feel better for a little bit, but, like, in long term, it, like, made
Yeah.
me lose patience, and I was getting irritated by, like, very small things that really isn't a big deal, and, so, like, that's when I really decided to stop.
So I'm still curious about that question. Like,
Mhm.
what does help, if anything?
Sometimes, like cleaning my
Mm.
room, like doing dishes, like that gives me more like clear headspace too sometimes. Like, yeah, like venting to ChatGPT. like,
Right, right.
like that. Like if I can fall asleep, like sleeping helps too.
Hell yeah. Wait,
But
so if
sometimes if I'm like really frustrated, I can't fall asleep. But if I can, then yeah, that's what helps.
well, in addition to if only because I know it makes you feel better, in addition to sending me the
Hmm.
bottle of whiskey, you can clean my home. If only because it helps you.
Of
Like,
course.
just an idea, it's just a thought. So what do you think it'll be like? What do you think will be happening if we talk in 2 years from now? You'd be
Hmm.
26.
Hmm.
Where do you think you are? If you're alive, what do you think your life's like? Or is that impossible to know or predict?
I would say it's impossible to predict. Like 2 years ago, I didn't expect myself to be alive now.
Right.
So life has been going in a very like unpredicted way. I never expected myself to be fired from that company 'cause I really
Mhm.
worked hard. But like my plan as of now is to, find a new job as much as
Mhm.
I can. If I really run out of money, like run out of resources to keep myself alive, then there's a chance that I wouldn't be alive.
Right.
Can't say
Well,
anything for sure.
what else do you want to share? Talk about.
Whoever has a loved one that's like actively suicidal, I think it's important to like not force them to be alive if you really want to keep them alive. I know this is like very like ironic. Like, yeah, respecting that like they have the choice to not be alive actually helps them to like get out of that headspace. Suicide is also like an act of like trying to take control of your own life for some people. And once you try to take the control away from them, they feel like they're being manipulated, and which kind of triggers them more.
There's a big difference between accepting what someone's saying and how they feel
Mhm.
and giving them
Mhm.
encouraging them to do it. Those are
Oh
not
yeah, yeah. You shouldn't be encouraging them to die, but like you should respect that. Like, oh yeah, you can think that way.
there's an idea in improv, like the theatrical improv on stages. Yes, and I don't know if you're familiar with this, but when you have a partner in a scene and they say something, you're establishing things, you agree. For example, if you say, I'm suicidal, I'm accepting that that is your truth. I don't need to agree with it. I wish people could do that in real life. You're not saying, I want you to do it. You're not saying, here's a gun. You're saying, I hear you, and okay, that's where you're at. And that would save lives. Or even maybe just as important, help people feel less shitty or less alone, I think. And it's overlooked by a lot of people, replaced with some things that are like, okay, maybe, but.
Yeah, that's what makes that doctor I saw in the hospital like really terrible, because she was not respecting that at all. She was just like, "Oh, no, you can't do that. If you do it, like you're gonna end up in like somewhere that you don't want to be."
But she went way beyond that, because she's not just a friend saying that. She's somebody with power and authority.
Yeah, like she was like using her, like pretty much like abusing her power.
She probably would see it differently, but that's all right.
Yeah. Their purpose is to keep you alive.
We could argue what their main role is, and we could debate that.
Right.
Sure, if you asked her, she would probably say something like, well, I'd rather them be afraid and not do it. And then maybe later they realize, ooh, it was good I didn't try. I'm happy to be alive. They'll thank me later kind of attitude. And I'm sure she's right sometimes.
Yeah. Because like it's just that back then it was just terrifying for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then it actually made me like search for like, methods that are less likely to fail.
Right.
Just because she said that. I was like, okay, like what can I do to not fail next time so that I wouldn't have to end up in Pilgrim? No. And then like I realized that there's like no like such thing as like 100% like success and like, like in suicide.
I mean, look, I don't know what you want or what you wanted, but a lot of people in your situation, they want to get help. And in your case right now, you don't feel like you can turn to anyone, including professionals, to get that kind of help without that kind of threat. Where does that leave you?
Yeah, I was not able to get like proper help just because like a lot of experiences, it's like programmed in my brain what to and what not to say to professionals. So it wouldn't land me in a position where I don't want to be, getting left in the hospital. I was thinking like if I really can't be honest with them 100%, like why do I waste my time and money sitting in front of them and ranting about my life,
Right. Absolutely. And also it speaks to our hospitals. Like if they were if these hospitals were humane and helpful, I'll go because I'm going to get better. But that we know that often isn't the case. So that's, it's like, there's nowhere to go. It just sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks. And like the people there really drive me crazy too. It's not a great environment. I'm not going to say it's the worst.
You can think of whatever you want, but this is what people do. They're like, apologize for it. It's like, no. If you're in a place where you're trying to get better and it's unsafe and you have people who are struggling themselves and they need help, that is not great. Because this is what we'll do. Like, well, it's better. What are you going to do? At least stop with that bullshit. This is not directed at you. This is others. Like, that's ridiculous that you would accept that as a possible, like, well, no.
Yeah.
Like criminal, period. I obviously have strong opinions about it.
Yeah, I hated that place. And it's been like that fear of like going back there, like has been keeping me alive. So I guess it worked out somehow.
Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I think life is really going in a way like I did not expect. So 2 years later, I don't know what's going to happen.
Same with me, man.
Yeah, the earth could extinct or something. I think, who knows?
The whole civilization could be gone by like Monday, Tuesday. Boom, done. Thanks for talking again and reconnecting. It's been good to talk with you.
Yeah, thank you.
So, what are you doing for the rest of the day?
Other than like today's conversation, I really didn't plan anything. I was supposed to be at work today, but I got fired, so my whole schedule's gone.
I know that the job thing is obviously huge, so I hope that goes well and you find something soon.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been applying everywhere I could. Yeah, we'll see. Like job market is like so terrible these days. It's like you apply like to like 100 different places that are on LinkedIn or like Indeed.
Right.
But like they are saying they're hiring, but they're not actually hiring. So a lot of the times, I also learned that it's hard to get jobs like without connections. It's gonna be tough, but
I hope it goes well.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, cool.
All right, thanks, Sean.
Have a good afternoon, I hope. All right.
You too.
Bye.
Take care.
As always, thanks so much for listening and all of your support. Special thanks to Chaewon in New York. Thanks, Chaewon, for talking again. If you are a suicide attempt survivor or ideator and you'd like to talk and talk with me, I'd love to talk with you. Please reach out. hello@suicidenoted.com. That's simple. And that is all for this update episode. Stay warm. Do the best you can. I'll talk to you soon.